I'm going to talk about relentless persistence today. And what first came to my mind was the Katie Lang song, Constant Craving. Growing up in Canada, that was a pretty popular tune for me back in the 80s, I think it was. Relentless persistence is kind of like this constant craving. In her lyrics, she says, even through the darkest phase, be it thick or thin, always someone marches brave here beneath my skin. Who is that someone that's marching brave, even through the dark times, through thick and thin? It's me. Maybe it's you who's always there, marching on through the dark times, through the darkest of days. How do you do it? You're always relentlessly pursuing something, relentlessly seeking more. And when push comes to shove, you thrive. You get to the point where you know that the only opportunity that's going to come your way is the one you make for yourself. That is the unrelenting persistence of it all. Carrying on with the lyrics of this song, Constant Craving, she says, maybe a great magnet pulls all souls toward truth. Or maybe it is life itself feeds wisdom to its youth. You might wonder how you even have the energy to keep going, but this is the magnet that pulls you toward your truth. And you might always feel like there was something that is guiding you from your youth. You might just always have this youthful enthusiasm for life that is contributing to your relentless persistence, but it's feeding your wisdom. You are learning on this path of relentless persistence. Because if you are relentless, you don't give up. You pursue every avenue there is, every option, every opportunity there is for you, knowing that there are unlimited opportunities and possibilities because you've seen it happen before, which is why you never give up. And it really is amazing how you have the energy to keep going. But there really is no other way for the relentless pursuer of life, for the unrelenting seeker. That's you. Because it seems to anyone else that such relentless persistence would expel you of all the energy you have. But it's a great energy exchange. What you are relentlessly so persistent about gives you the energy you need to keep going. And even after something you've been so persistent about loses its energy and it leads you to a dead end, you still don't give up. You just change direction. You change course. This persistence may land you in dead ends, but the travels you had to take to get you to that dead end showed you exactly what you needed to learn. Maybe you tried to launch a new product, a business, or a plan, or you tried to pursue a relationship and it failed terribly. So you put your new product on sale. You even gave away things for free. You made the biggest compromises there were. Still, that resulted in dead ends. What gives? Your hard work didn't pay off, or so it seems. Your hard work taught you that either you're marketing yourself totally wrong, you are marketing to the wrong people, or you are selling the wrong thing. But as I hear myself saying the word wrong, I want to correct this. It's not quite wrong. It's just not the right time, or it's become passe, or it's no longer what people are interested in, or it's just not what is in alignment with your true path. Maybe you've been applying to 5, 10, 20 jobs and nothing, no replies. Even if you got a few interviews, still nothing. But you're so persistent. You're so motivated. You're not even feeling let down because you're unrelenting in your purpose to find a job. But think of it like this. Those jobs you're applying for are no longer relevant for who you are in this space and time. Those relationships you've been trying to make work for so long are no longer relevant for who you are in this space and time. They've become passe, and it's time for you to move along. Your persistence must be well informed. We can only allow ourselves to meet that dead end, that brick wall once, maybe twice, but 3 times? then we haven't learned. And this relentless persistence is just useless, undirected energy. Tim Grover wrote a book called Relentless: From Good to Great to Unstoppable. He talks about coolers, closers, and cleaners. He says most people are coolers. Some people are closers, but even fewer people are cleaners. He writes that the coolers are careful and they do what they're told. They wait to see what other people are doing, and they do that. They're followers. They can only handle so much pressure. They might be okay to set things up for other people, which is why he calls them coolers. They're the ones just keeping things cool until the closer can come in and take care of the rest. Now, the closers can handle more pressure, and they like to strategize and analyze how things are going to go so they can be prepared for it. But when something unexpected comes along, they get really uncomfortable. Meanwhile, they thrive on being seen and getting the validation and the wins. Now, the last one is the cleaner. This is truly, in my opinion, the relentless pursuer. And Grover says that these types of people are very misunderstood. You see, a cooler will allow other people to decide if they're successful. They do the thing and they wait for approval. Closers feel successful when they get the job done. They don't need the approval. Cleaners never feel as if they've achieved success because there's always more to do. And there you are, the relentless persistence. There's always more to do. Yes, I've achieved this success, but I'm already thinking about the next one. No time to celebrate this, because what really excites me is pursuing the thing, not necessarily getting the thing, but the persistent actions that lead me there. Coolers avoid taking the winning shot. Closers take the shot only if they know they have a good chance at making it. But cleaners trust their gut and they just shoot. They don't have to think about it. When you are so relentless in your pursuit for more, you keep pushing yourself, even after everyone else has given up. You are someone who can be in the zone. You know how to shout out the naysayers and the energy vampires so you can get done what needs to get done. You love being under pressure where it would absolutely cripple other people. You probably have a dark side. That's the high tolerance for pain. You're super confident in who you are. You 100% know yourself. You don't need to be told who you are. Otherwise, you'd be someone who never tried to pursue anything that could fail. You are your own competition, and you don't compare yourself to anyone else but you. Even if what you're doing is bringing about more pain and more suffering, you still don't give up. I mean, yes, you get tired, but you take a rest for a while. You respect your need for persistence, because without rest, you can't carry on with your unrelenting persistence. It's just part of you. It's who you are. Giving up being so persistent means you give up a part of yourself, and you're not ready for that, nor will you ever be. This isn't a trait that many people can say they have, because some may say they're resistant, but then they give up. They are not relentless with their persistent drive, while you never give up on your relentless character. You can very well go back to other periods in your life. You can see that you have always persisted. You have always been relentless to get what you want and fulfill the vision in your mind. And when it hasn't been fulfilled, you relentlessly focus on something better, something even more satisfying. I once worked with someone who, before making a decision, she'd spend a whole day polling the office on what they would do. Sure, she was being persistent in finding a solution, but she was being too perfect and precise about it. She didn't have her own gut instinct to make the choice. Someone with relentless persistence makes a decision about something and then they do it. They don't need to find out what everyone else would do first, because time is of great value, and how you use your time in your time of relentless pursuit is extremely important. You know what needs to be given time and what doesn't. You also know that being liked isn't the goal. Being popular is not important. It's about doing what you love. It's about being persistent toward your own meaningful pursuits. You also don't put much of your faith in other people. You very rarely rely on other people to do things that you know are your responsibility and that you can already do with enormous efficiency. You know what you want, you come up with a plan, and then you set out to execute it. If you ask for help along the way, it's very strategic in who is asked. And if they can't do it, you always have a backup plan to the backup plan. You're already 5 steps ahead. Nothing can stop you because of your unrelenting persistence. You are unstoppable. If this sounds like you and you've lost your persistence, it's time to get it back. It's time to enact the plan. Get this energy going. Follow your gut. What is it telling you you need to do? You are not a cooler. You are not a closer. You are a cleaner. And you're here to mop this place up.